Good morning, everybody. It's Krista here with Divine Phoenix Rising. I'm going to be starting to do some more vlog style videos as my life is changing and transforming very quickly as I know it. This morning I'm just going to fill up my water bottle and get into my meditation. So I'm just going to be taking some clips and bringing you guys along with me. Oh, look, somebody wants to join us. Already coming in for the cuddles. So nice to see you guys this morning, and thanks for joining me on my journey. So at this point, I just get my little lap desk thingy here, get my notepad, my pen, and I will do some automatic writing or journaling. I'll write down my intentions. I will do a gratitude list. I will also list things out for my day. Really helps me stay organized. Hey guys, I just went to the store to get some supplies to share something with you guys when it gets here in the mail. It's pretty shitty out here today, and I'm just sitting on the swings, gonna get some inner child work in, and then head home. So today, guys, I'm not going to be going on a full-blown mushroom trip on this video, but I did want to talk to you guys about the importance of knowing what you're doing before you do actually have your first encounter with mushrooms, okay? So I have seen a couple videos of people doing mushrooms for the first time and going out to parks and being by themselves or whatever in public. I highly do not suggest being in public. My cat's here. I highly do not suggest being in public or around people you don't know the first time that you are going to do it. So I did write down some notes. I wanted to just share with you guys that I am recovering alcoholic, and I drank for about 20 years after my best friend killed himself in our house, and I had to live there for a month after, and led me to drinking and a lot of prescription medications and hardcore PTSD, mental health issues, anxiety, panic attacks, all that kind of thing. And I was really outcasted, and my spiritual awakening saved my life. So I originally didn't even use mushrooms again because the last time I had used them was when I was 18 with my best friend who had committed suicide. So it was sort of like a memory for me, and I didn't want to lose that memory that I had. I didn't want to disrespect my friend, so I actually didn't even do mushrooms again until earlier this year, actually in January, when I started my mushroom journey. I found that they are actually legal in Canada now. And so in the beginning I did start out with my buddy, and he did 4 grams and I did 3, and that was way too much. So that was like the beginning of my journey of how I was going to use these, because I seen, that's what it was, I seen this documentary on Netflix, and it's called How to Change Your Mind. And I watched this documentary. There's people even end of life. So for me, my profession is I'm a registered massage therapist and a horse chiropractor, and I really love healing and helping people. So this was kind of like my next step after getting sober, is I got off the medications that I was on. I'm now just using one medication to sleep and also marijuana. But I thought after I seen this documentary that I would venture into the world of psychedelics again. And I felt comfortable enough with my friend to try it out. But then after watching like Joe Rogan and his buddies, and so it was pretty cool with the podcast and watching people. Oh, my cat, he just really wants to be in on the action today. Yeah, I just wanted to start out with saying that for the first time, you really don't want to be with people you don't know. You don't want to be in public, despite popular belief. Like, honestly, I would highly suggest, making yourself a little nest, a little blanket fort, setting up TV, some like galaxy projector, just getting really comfortable with yourself and waiting for the mushrooms to kick in. So like I had said, I started out with like 3 grams. However, that was way too much for me. In the beginning, I was really wanting to get into my subconscious mind, really get into my shadow work and my spirituality, and get into those deep traumas and things that I'd also been holding back from my childhood as well. So I watched a lot of Disney Plus, and Galaxy Projector and my kitties, and really just lots of crying too. So you guys, like, depending on, that's the other thing I also want to get into. So if you are going to be using psilocybin or magic mushrooms, okay, and you are planning on taking, this for like medicinal purposes, okay, and medicinal reasons, and you're wanting to help your mental health, you're wanting to, I'm not saying this works for everybody, because I'm going to tell you, like, I go to AA as well. I had a sponsor. I went to 3 meetings a day for the first 3 months, so they 90 and 90, like, so I did a lot of online meetings. This was kind of during COVID too, and I was gonna fucking die. I was going to die if I had another drink, and I just knew that if I didn't quit drinking, that there was not one more left in me. So being curious about this, I bought my mushrooms online, and in the documentary they had mentioned too, it's like you want to have an intention, okay? You want to have an intention when you are going into this, okay? So yeah, so you always want to have an intention. And I mean, unless you really want to, but I highly don't advise this. Do not have the intention of wanting to be fucked up. Because let me tell you, you will be fucked up, and it's not fun. Well, for me anyway, the way I want to enjoy it, I want to enjoy like the heightened sensory, right? I want to have like that childlike wonder, whereas in my childhood I had really blocked out a lot of my childhood, and so the psilocybin and the microdosing works a lot better for me. But in the beginning, yeah, I was taking some, maybe I would say about 2 grams at the time, and watching like animation movies, really having like bringing back those memories. I would say other things like bubble baths or coloring, just being out in nature, listening to music, dancing. This brings me to when I try a new strain, okay? So the ones that I had for quite a while, because I had bought like 28 grams or whatever for $100 or something. And they were the Jedi Mindfuck. And so I learned pretty quick that those were pretty strong, and I only had to take like a little tiny crumb for it to actually work well. So the new ones that I have, they're not as potent, but I would say they're more of a slow release. So I'm learning too with all the medicines that I am trying. I'll just take a little piece and I'll just try that at first, just so I know how each mushroom is going to react with me. So that's another thing I wanted to talk about. So if we really want to get into it here, I'm talking about what I am recovering from and what I used mushrooms for that really helped. Like, I'm telling you guys, this is not actually not something new, really. Watch it. It's How to Change Your Mind on Netflix. Watch the documentary. It is amazing. I mean, there's research been going on in the 60s and 70s, and then Ronald Reagan came around and the war on drugs, and now we have the opioid pandemic or whatever it is. And so, for some people, even like you can just have one dose and you figure out what you need to figure out. I mean, they're even like helping end of life cancer patients be more comfortable with crossing over and passing away. So I mean, it's really helping everyone. So for me, psilocybin or magic mushrooms has really helped me with my ego, alcohol, substance abuse, food addiction, and disordered eating. Codependency, childhood trauma, PTSD, shopping addiction, detachment, and detaching from the matrix, from the world. So that's all I wanted to add to the video today, and as I get some more downloads, I will come and